here we are on another Ask Keith detached work. Out and about around the Wigan area. Friday night, trying to see if there's any young people congregating anywhere and preaching, as usual, the gospel message. So we're heading into a new place. We've not been to this park before, or at least not in many years. And so just heading just to see if anyone's there. We actually did a tent mission there. We had a tent that we had for probably a week, and it was the time when Michael Jackson actually passed away. And so if you know what year that was, that explains when we was last here preaching the gospel. So we're going to try this out and just see who's around and see if there's anyone there. If not, we'll venture to where we was last Saturday and we'll see if there's anyone in that park. So it's been raining all week, and here we are on a Friday night. A Friday, it's been the best weather all day, but it seems to suggest that it's going to be throwing down with rain tomorrow night, so that'll determine whether or not we go out tomorrow night. Tonight might be the only night this week that we venture out. I hope it's not, so, you know, it'd be great to get out more than one night a week and preach the gospel. But we're not very far now from the park, and I'll let you know what happens once we've been there. But we have got music. We may drop off and get some donuts. We'll just see what things are like here. And with it being new, there's no guarantee that we'll meet anyone there. It was just a rumour that someone was saying that people generally met down here on a Friday night. And so we're just checking that out to see how truthful that is. To be honest, I've just thought of another park which we're going to try. We did do a tent mission here, but that was even many years back before then, so we'll just try this first. As I'm approaching it, I just became mindful of, oh, there's that park as well. So we're going to spin the camera around and you can see if there's anyone on here. So this is the park that we're approaching now. We did have a couple of rugby players who gave testimony on this. We handed out some signed rugby balls many years ago, but I don't really see anyone there, so we're gonna move on. So we've been out maybe about half an hour. It's gone 7 o'clock, so maybe we're a little bit too early to, you know, expect people out there. But we've decided to come back to our usual spot where we know people generally are on a Friday night. So we'll come back to our usual spot. We'll just see if there's anyone here, and then we'll move on and find some other places. So the park here on my right is where people normally congregate, and I see a few people there, so we'll just check it out. So we've just finished here at the park where we normally meet people. The people that we normally meet haven't been here today, and so everyone's been new. And sometimes it's hard with new ground. A lot of the youngsters were just literally mocking, didn't really want to know, just thought it was funny. And it looked like a no-go kind of for the gospel message in the area. However, they all ventured off and left just 3 young lads who was quiet and on the park, and a big marked difference between them and the others. And so I just questioned, you know, what their thoughts were, what their beliefs were. And one in particular did have a lot of belief in God. I think we probably covered about an hour talking about God and things of God and issues of faith and things like that. So just for that alone, it's been well worth coming out tonight. Continue praying for the work, you know, pray for what we're doing and pray that God will do something. And we're moving on, and I'll let you know if we meet anyone else. To be honest, there is still quite a number of children out, teenagers, on the parks right now. I just checked out a few parks, but I was only just checking them out to see if they're going to be occupied by kids, and maybe we'll do something in those parks in the future. But because it's getting late now, we're going to turn in. It's been a good evening out there. The gospel's gone forward, especially amongst those three guys earlier. And so, you know, we'll continue to pray for them. We'll pray for members of the family who, you know, maybe need a touch from God in healing and that kind of thing. And so, if you want to join us on the streets, send me a message, let me know. If you want us to train you up so you can yourselves go out on the streets, let me know. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry about the quality. We brought out a better quality camera, but obviously it looks like because of the light it's not picking much up. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Tune in for next week. I'm not too sure, based on the weather, whether we're going to be out tomorrow. But if not, see you next week. Thanks again. I want to summarise this weekend's outreach. We actually went out on a Saturday, which I wasn't really prepared for. I was expecting it to be raining. But one of the things is, if you look for an excuse not to go out, you'll always find one. So we decided that we would go out regardless of the weather, and it did actually hold off. There was no rain, and so we went out and went to our usual places. Last week we actually went to a park and met up with some new people, and so when we ventured back there, we was wondering, would we meet those people again? Turned out we did. But we didn't see him initially, and my son said to me, he said, "Dad, did you hear someone shouting you then?" And it was like, no, I didn't. But as we carried on down into the park, you could hear people shouting Keith, so we ventured over. And you know, I just asked, you know, had you seen the channel, connected to us on YouTube, that kind of thing, to these kids? And proving that they did, you know, one of them said, you know, "What do you do?" asked Keith and Derek. And so it just proved that what we're doing is being listened to, and they're engaging with it. And I remember when we started the channel during lockdown, that aspect, that catchy tune and Derek being introduced, my children would go around singing it all the time, and so we actually reduced it down a little, and it's become our theme tune. But the point is, what I want to make is that these people are asking us to come over and speak to them still. They've heard the gospel, and this week they shared a little bit more, shared something personal, what was happening in their lives. You could see that it was very meaningful and deep, and you know, these kids are struggling with issues, and so we said that we would pray about those situations. So if you're a Christian out there, you know, why don't you just pray for the work that we're doing, pray for the youngsters that we're meeting. A lot of them are receiving a lot of hurt and pain, and you know, those things are coming out as we share the gospel. And so it's good to see that people are getting ministered to, and we're praying with them. It's good to see that people, you know, want to engage with us. One of the things that they said is that, you know, why don't you come into our school and be our, you know, in our RE department? And, you know, we've heard this kind of thing many times before. I think what we're doing is we're clearly sharing a message that makes sense to them. And so on that basis, can I just say thanks for watching. Please pray. The outreach is going extremely well, considering we've only been out there, you know, 4 weeks now. And you know, praise be to God and what he's doing. You know, it's awesome. If you want to join us, please contact us, let us know. If you're praying for us, please, you know, let us know about that. Maybe we can get some prayer groups going for the work. Hopefully see you next time. Tune in and we'll give you an update of what's happening again.